All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for being here with me. This is going to be part one of our multi-series on social media. So I know that a lot of us, we all use social media every day, but maybe we are not using it in the business capacity or in the income stream capacity. So that is kind of my goal here today. So, man, my hair is really curly today. Summer's here in humid Florida. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into things. I know time is precious to us, and I know that a lot of the times being able to find the time to watch these things can be a bit of a challenge. But I would like to say that as far as mindset wise, try to think of things in a way that are going to work positively for you, right? So I know many of you, if you're in my team chat, the Team Integrity chat group, I did just send something that our amazing team member Brooke sent to us. And it's a lot to do with mindset and the mind shift of things. So let's, put it out there that we're going to have time to work on these things and time to have to invest in this, to invest into ourselves, and that is valuable. And that is also a form of self-care. So whether you're listening to this and washing the dishes or, whatever it might be, it's all going to soak in at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and we will jump right into things. Okay. So here we are, crushing it with social media. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. I've got my little toolbar there and all of that. So we get HBN Team Integrity, how to create effective and relevant content online. All right, this is just the 101. We're going to do a 201 and a 301 and so on and so forth too. So until we get this down. So things to discuss here. And I don't know if you guys can see in the recording my little window box of me there. So I'm going to scoot it out of the way. So things to discuss here is 1, committing to our mission. 2, exploring different platforms. 3, creating your profile appropriately in the way that we really should, so that it's optimized for our benefit, for promoting our business, for getting out of the 9 to 5. If that is truly something that you are wanting to do, and yes, it is something that's possible to do. That is how I'm here, able to sit here and record this on a Tuesday afternoon at 2:30 or 3 o'clock, whatever time it is. It is possible. You just have to believe it, and you have to make it happen. It's not going to happen for you. This business will work for you if you work for it. And this is the best place you can be. As far as the industry goes, trust me, you guys know how I feel about it's why we're called Team Integrity, because there's a lot of things out there that are just not what they're meant to be, right? So I'm going to do my best to stay on track here. But I've got these little tidbits, and I'm going to do a video where I'm just talking about all of that too. So we have that, okay? So next we have posting and commenting tips, algorithms and hashtags, mastering reels, and intro to professional mode. So here we're going to talk about committing to our mission a little bit. It's a little bit what I was talking about before. So overcoming shyness, self-limiting beliefs, and insecurities. So a lot of us are nervous to post out there. We're nervous to be ourselves. And why should we? This is the one life that we have, right? And if you believe in reincarnation and all of that, then this is the one life that you have as you, as this version of you in this avatar, right? So let's make the most of it, regardless of your belief, regardless of if you think you're here once or twice or many times. This is your only life as you. So let's make it worth something. So when you create a public account, it can be normal to experience moments of cold feet. You're putting yourself out there in a new and bold way that can feel scary at first. However, if you tap into your whys, this is why I ask you guys to write down your 20 whys. What are the 20 reasons why you're doing this? What are your 20 goals? Your whys can be a goal, or your why can just be a why. It could be a passion. It could be something like that, right? Let me move this guy out of the way. So if you tap into those whys, your mission and your goals, that authenticity of purpose will overtake any fears. Hear that again. That authenticity of purpose will overtake any fears, and you will shine with truth and integrity. So see your vision beyond the intimidation of putting yourself out there. Okay, maybe you don't feel comfortable putting something out there. Maybe you're insecure about putting a post out there or putting your picture, a good picture of yourself. Maybe you feel like that comes across the wrong way, or, whatever it might be, right? well, what if you just did that? What if you played this game, right? This game called life. What if we did an experiment? What if you just tried? And what if you didn't do it? Then you just stayed in the same routine. You stay in the same 9 to 5. You go, oh, maybe I'll try this. Maybe I'll try a new company. Maybe I'll jump to this company. Or you could try going out on a limb and doing something that is going to shift your life completely. I would not be here able to record this, talking to you in this capacity if I hadn't overcome that myself, right? So we have to do that. It's a must. And sit there. I want you to sit there and meditate and pray and think about. Write those whys down. Please send them to me. If you haven't yet, please send me your 20 whys, your 20 goals, and we will sit there together. I want you to meditate on it, and I will help remind you of it and say, okay, here is where you're at. Where do you want to be? Let's do that. Let's make that happen, because I promise you we can do that here, okay? It's just a matter of putting it in. Again, this works for you if you work for it. So with that being said, we're going to go back to our roots. Show not only who you are, right? But who are you striving to be? What is your highest self? What is the most amazing version, the most free version of yourself that you can picture, and live from there? I want you to embody that and be that and live from there, right? So here we go. Take some time to pray and meditate on your future before starting or revamping your social media presence. That way you're putting your intention into it, right? Not this, oh, I don't know. And this, oh, maybe I'll just, I don't know if I'm, no, are you? Do you want to do that? Do you want to be that person? Can you be that person that is inspiring and helping others? And of course you can, you already are. So embody that, live that, be that, right? Find your intention and mission. Are you more promoting the opportunity or the products? So that is something that you're going to want to figure out too, right? So if you are an existing health coach, or that is your ultimate goal, then yes, it's okay to focus that more product centric, right? If not, if that's not necessarily it, and you're not as familiar with the products, you don't know how to talk the talk, maybe you're not really walking the walk yet, you've tried some fulvic, you've tried some black seed, or you tried the coffee, the Nova coffee, or something like that, right? But you don't know enough about those products to really talk about it and to really share it. Well, then it might be better in the beginning to share the opportunity, right? And this goes for HBN and GoDesana, both. These are sister companies. Most of these videos that I'm going to record from here on out, unless it is a specific thing on a product or a specific thing for that company, this is going to go for both of these, right? And I will say that GoDesana is probably going to be easier to market as far as the opportunity aspect of things. HBN's been doing it for about 5 years now, and it's awesome. That's great. You can totally do that. GoDesana is the easier version of this, right? So think about this. Put this intention out there. Process on it first, okay? Really feel, what are you connected to? Where are you wanting to go? If you're wanting to do more of the health coaching thing, but you're not there yet, do it as an opportunity. And I'll talk about this. We will talk about how to share that properly and how to share that so that you're able to have the conversations, and how to transition engagement and leads into, you know, people building your team. Well, we will talk about that for sure. Okay. So basically you're finding your intention and you're setting a mission. Figure out, are you more promoting the opportunity or the products? And yes, you can learn the products. I don't want to hear that you can't. You absolutely can. Go in the back office. Your homework is to go in your back office and click around on the website, learn about it, read about it. If you don't understand what ashwagandha is, Dr. Google is a great thing. Also, we have our product testimonial and our product information calls that we do as well. So those are always going to be really helpful too. Those are all recorded. So if you ever need those, we got them. We will get you all set up. Okay. So going back to this, getting back to your roots, right? Like, who do you ultimately see yourself as? What are some of the aspects of you that you relate to the most, that you want to shine, that you want to highlight, right? Like, is it success? Is it confidence? Is it integrity, right? Something drew you guys to me versus the many other people out there that are doing Heart and Body Naturals or GoDesana. So part of it being team integrity, like, you guys know my flag is planted. I'm not picking up. I'm not moving. I'm not going to sell out for some cheaper product that I might make more money with, or that you really won't, or something that has additives or sucralose or this, that, or the other. Like, I love HBN because HBN has integrity. Our formulator for HBN and GoDesana, one owner, one formulator, 2 companies, And our formulator is a master Ayurvedic herbalist of over 30 years. So, think about those things. Are you friendly, bubbly? Are you funny? Is it more about education, more on the health side of things? And are you willing to do what it takes to make this work for you? Obviously within ethical standards, right? So are you willing to take that leap of faith? Are you willing to take that plunge? Are you willing to challenge yourself and say, I want to be out of the matrix, but I know I cannot create from the same energy that created this other reality, right? If you want to get out of the matrix, you have to create from an exterior matrix reality. You can't create it from the mindset of the 9 to 5. Oh, well, it's just like you have to embody something new, right? The definition of insanity is doing something over and over and over and over again, expecting different results and not changing anything. So let's change something. So let's bring it to fruition. Let's embody that. Let's be that. Not just wish for it, not just want it. You already are. You are. Let's do it. Let's go. I think that's a typo there, right? Oh, social media. Just kidding. Remember, your social media branding should reflect you and who you are authentically. Because if you're being your most authentic self, it's going to be the easiest. You're going to communicate with people clearly. You're going to be you. You're just going to be yourself. If you're funny, if you're serious, if you're educated, if you're uptight, if you're laid back, if you're like, I don't really know much about this stuff, but I really love it. And maybe I don't know enough about it, but I'm passionate about it. And we have a team that can help you. We've got information that can help you. We get calls that can help you. Like, if that's who you are, be that. Don't be afraid to say you don't know stuff. Like I've been a health coach for 13 years, but guess what? I'm not a pro at certain things. Diabetes, not a pro at that. I've never experienced it. I don't have people in my inner circle that have experienced that. So I don't know enough about that, but I'm not afraid to say, hey, if that's where you're at, I will find out for you. We will figure it out. And I promise you, we will make that happen. We'll make sure that everybody is taken care of and everybody has all of, the resources that they need, regardless of where they're at. So don't be afraid to go, hey man, I'm sharing this. I love it, but I don't really know much about it yet, but you guys got to hear about this, because whatever I'm learning, whatever I've learned so far is changing my life, and I want it to change yours too. Okay. So don't be afraid to do that. So people know, love, and trust you and want to hear your story. And as this is a business, right? This is a business of service, in my opinion. I'm doing this because I love it, because I see it giving people better quality of life. But as far as the business side of it, yes, people do business with people they know, like, and trust, right? So people who know, like, and trust you are going to do business with you, and people know, love, and trust you want to hear your story, right? So it's good to have that story, whatever it is, let it be authentic. Man, I've been eating healthy for a really long time, and I just really like these products. I had this healthy issue, and this turned it around, and this, that, and the other thing. Like, oh, maybe I had this issue and I tried some black seed oil and it did change my life, but then I found HBN and it's a lot better quality and it shifted things better, right? Or maybe it's just the fact black seed oil made your nails grow stronger. Maybe it made your hair nice, right? Maybe it's none of the above. Maybe you're just like, I just really like their coffee. It doesn't affect me the way that other coffees does. Whatever your story is okay. Okay, so they will want to share in your success of helping yourself and helping others. All right, so let's get into some of the popular platforms. Obviously, most of you guys probably know about all of these. You got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn. This does not mean that all of you are going to do these or that you have to. These are just some popular options. All right, so as far as where to start, right? So a lot of you are probably already on Facebook. That's probably how you're able to see this now. But if you are not, or you're wanting to make a professional account, this is like restart, right? Maybe you have a personal account and you want to do your business separate. You don't want to have your personal page spammed with quote unquote business stuff, right? So basically, when you're making your public Facebook profile, take the time to make a separate account for your professional use if you don't already have one, or if you don't mind using your personal one that way, right? Because you want your posts to be public, and maybe you don't want pictures of your kids on there. Maybe however you want to do it. Then you're going to create your public Instagram account if you're interested in that, right? And what I would say, because Facebook and Instagram are technically owned by the same Meta company, you can link your Facebook to your Instagram account. It makes posting easy. You can just post to one and it'll post to both. Usually this will be prompted upon the creation of your new Instagram account. If you already have one, you can do this under your settings where you can link the two accounts, which is cool. You'll also be able to sync your profile photo and your name if you would like. You can post stories and reels, and all of that can be synced. So it's just a one and done. Hey, I posted Instagram, it went to Facebook. I posted to Facebook, it went to Instagram. And it takes a little bit of the work out of it, cuts the work in half. Consistency. So consistency is helpful. If you need to, or if you already have one, that's fine. If you need to, you can create a new professional email specifically for creating and managing these accounts. That way your login information will be consistent with all of your notifications and will be collected in one main email account. If you are making a brand new Instagram, Facebook for your business, I would suggest it. You can do it either way. You can have a separate email to all of your HBN and GoDesana stuff goes to, or you can switch it around. I mean, it really kind of depends. However you'd like to do that, right? But rather than having like 8 different emails and all over the place, like it's good to have some sort of semblance of organization, and consistency is helpful. All right, getting your profile set up properly, right? So let me move myself over here. Building your own personal brand on social media. Remember, people do business with people they love, like, and trust. No like and trust. And you are not HBN, you are you, right? You are a representative of HBN, but you are you, right? Like I'm Heidi. Like I just happen to utilize HBN and GoDesana products, and I really like that, right? So ways to make your profile stand out and be more attractive, and I don't mean like, oh, hey, attractive. I mean attractive. It's aesthetic. It's appealing. People are maybe going to see your profile picture and go, oh, they look really nice. Let me connect with them, or whatever it is, right? So your profile photo, you're going to want to choose a bright, in focus photo of you, which is always the best, right? Remember, this is the book of faces, so they do want to see your face. You will get seen more. People are going to want to connect with you more because they're not like, who's this mystery person that just has a picture of a cat or something, right? It's like, no, oh, her name is Heidi. This is what she looks like. Oh, she's laughing and smiling in her picture. She must be approachable and friendly. Like that's a really good thing, right? So here, let your personality shine through this photo. Yet choose something that is welcoming, maybe cheerful, if you're sassy or like you mean business, whatever it is that is your personal personality, let that come out, right? Let it be you, be authentic, be real. Don't try to fake it. If you're not someone that, don't try to fake it, but also try to make it welcoming, Your background photo on Facebook should also always be bright, in focus, aesthetic, and appealing. By bright, I don't mean it has to be neon colors. It doesn't have to be pastel colors. I just mean something that has a contrast, something that's aesthetic, something that's appealing. You don't want it to be a picture that's like how my background is, how it's kind of dark and you can't make out what the image is. That's what I mean by bright. Right now, the foreground of me is bright, right? You can make out the image. You can see what it is. Landscape shots, and any shots of any kind of tropical place or any kind of beautiful mountainscape or any kind of anything that helps people that might be in a cubicle that see it go, gosh, I want to be where they are. I want to be where that is. That's very helpful, right? That is something that we teach on our social media Mondays. So even a beautiful family shot, a picture of you and your family on vacation, something that kind of shows, hey, I'm out here living the life and I have broken free from this matrix. I'm out, I'm done. I'm away from it. Everything's good, right? Or an attractive image with inspiring quotes and stuff. You can do that too, but definitely something that really makes people go, wow, how are they on this vacation? How are they with their family? I wish I had more time with my family like that. All of those are going to be very, very cool things. Sorry, I have an itch on my nose. My hair is so curly. I get these like random curls sometimes and they like go all over. Okay, so next is your bio. Your bio is a great place to give a thumbnail or snapshot version about you. Or an introductory pinned post. You can do that as well. You can put a picture of you that says, you know, hi, I'm Heidi and here's my story, right? Like, I've been a health coach for however long, da, da, da. You don't necessarily want to spam your business in there, but you can more talk about what your passion is and what your story is and what your background, or maybe you overcame some kind of amazing challenge and it came out positive, or maybe you overcame some kind of health issue or something like that, right? This pinned post and your bio, right? Bio is going to be a lot shorter. Something that is, you know, just kind of catchy and makes people go, oh, that's cool. I like what they're doing. I'm curious. How could I do that too? You can put your passions. That's always really good. Obviously, we talked about that. Your credentials. So I'm a health coach of 13 years, a massage therapist, blah, 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 whatever it is, right? Naturopathic doctor. And maybe you're not any of those. Maybe you can say, every day learning more about my journey to health, or whatever it might be, right? But something that's inspiring and motivating, or simply just your mission, all in, you know, a few words. Obviously, your pinned post can be a little bit longer if you'd like it to. And that's what we're kind of talking about next, is just a more in-depth version of the bio. It's basically an introduction for your new people who find your page, so they can go, oh, what's this Heidi girl doing? Oh, cool, she does this. Okay, that's awesome. You want to use another great photo of yourself here that's different than your profile picture. That way it's not so like repetitious. It's like a different version of your personality, right? And maybe you're out and about somewhere else, or you're doing something else, or whatever it is. I used to have a picture of me, you know, holding my Fulvic, and that was my picture. All right. So let's move on. I hope I'm not moving too fast through this, but I'm just trying to be respectful of everybody's time. Hopefully this is all making sense. And we've got some other, I really want to get to the 201 and 301 to help you more about, you know, this, but these are really good one-on-one tips that I think everybody needs to know and understand. So what to post and what not to post in a nutshell, right? So what to post, obviously still on that authenticity train, you know, be you, get creative, share your heart and passions and your life. You are building a brand of you, not just the brand of your business. Okay. You are building the brand of you, not just the brand of your business. Post about your success stories. If you have permission to share a friend's post or a team member's post, which obviously you guys know you're all always welcome to share my posts. If it's a story about something that happened with my daughter or myself, obviously you don't want to be like, the same thing happened to me if it didn't. But if it's like an informational post or something like that, you're always welcome to use it. However, utilize it as a template. And here's why. You want to make sure you copy and paste and change the words and emojis to personalize it, and try using your own photos relevant to the topic if possible, unless it's like an HBN or GoDesana promotional post of, you know, picture of the oils, picture of the black seed, whatever it is, right? Because this changing it and using posts as a template, as opposed to just copying and pasting verbatim, one, it builds originality in your brand, and it also helps keep the algorithm fresh for the original poster and for yourself, because Facebook will thrive on fresh content, new content. If it sees the same word for word, your post is going to get bumped down, and so will mine, or so will the original posters, right? You never want to hit that share button ever again. Do not hit the share button. It'll mess with your algorithm. Copy and paste, change around as much as you can, right? Obviously, make sure you have permission first, because that will really, really aggravate some people sometimes. Sometimes in really odd situations where you're like, really, that was a problem? Okay. But other times, yes, I completely understand that for sure. In general, what not to post, again, you want to be real here. However, try to stay away from negative posts that carry or display a victim mindset. No one ever sees me stuff. Oh, I just never can get ahead. And like, how can you shift that? Is that the reality you want? Speak what you want into existence. Okay. Ask and you shall receive. Speak what you want into existence. We will talk about this more. Yeah. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Don't talk about what you think is happening out there. Talk about how you want it to be and bring it to the truth. Align to that, connect to that. It already exists. You just have to accept it, embody it fully. Like, let's go. It is okay to be real about overcoming past struggles and how you're tackling anything possibly current in your life that you might feel like publicly sharing. Like, man, I've been working at this bank for 20 years. I am so glad I'm coming out of it, right? It's got a positive shift rather than, I can't believe I have to go to work every day and do. Is that what you're focused on? Sorry, my hair again. It's everywhere. Because that's what happens when you take black seed, you just hair everywhere. It's not like falling out. It's just whatever. It does its thing. So yeah, whatever you feel like publicly sharing. However, use this platform as a tool for watching your own words and affirmations, and be mindful of what you put out there into the universe, because your words have power. Ask and you shall receive. Just saying. Try it. Delusionally try it, right? To the point where you're like, I have thousands of dollars in my bank account. And believe it, I have the most amazing team. When I share this, people love it. It's helping them. They understand the value. I attract the right people. I have the most amazing people that come into my life that are, I'm meeting people at the right time, at the right place for them and for myself. Like, put it out there, make that your reality, and let's just go. You got this one life, let's do it, right? So again, going back to a little bit more detail of what to post and what not to post, what to post in general, right? In focused, appealing visuals, right? We spoke about that. What it is that you do, right? I like to make a difference in people's lives with health and wealth. How you're making a difference. You can post about how you're doing it. What are your whys? Here's my dreams. I really want to have a homestead, and I'm not just, I want it. Okay. No, I'm actively working towards building my homestead for myself and my children, so on and so forth. You can post your dreams and goals similar to your whys. Whys might fall more into the category of like, I'm doing this so that my children can have financial freedom and we can build a legacy income, right? That's more of like a why, but it's also a goal and dream. They kind of go hand in hand. Positive, uplifting memes and content. Totally post funny stuff. Post stuff that's going to break people's monotony of their day, because they're sitting in a cubicle somewhere scrolling through Facebook, and if you make them laugh, you're just putting a smile on their face and you're breaking that monotony. Same thing with the idea of posting those beautiful images of vacation spots or just beautiful places in your background photo or just in your feed, right? And then when people comment on that or like on that, that is the opportunity that we will talk about next on how to shift that into a lead, right? And don't feel weird about that, because these are people that are looking for something alternative. And if they're not, they'll tell you and it's fine, and then move on, right? But when somebody likes, we'll touch on this real quick. When somebody likes your funny meme or whatever, this is an opportunity to reach out to them, right? Whether you talk to them a lot or not, or you never have before. If you talk to them a lot, you could say, hey, so-and-so, I'm really glad you thought that was funny. It made me laugh too. How have you been? If you talk to them all the time, they probably already know what you're doing. But if not, that's a great opportunity to say, hey, I found this new opportunity. If they're really close to you, you can say, I would really love if you would help support me with a one-time, purchase. You can either offer them a gift card right away. Then obviously you're going to want to make sure they try to do a BOGO, like a fulvic and a black seed oil, so that they're still getting that 50 CV points so that you get the 25 points. Remember, a $25 gift card will take off $25 off their order, but it also takes off 25 points. So you want them to have a base of at least 25 points starting off, so that it's a qualifying order for you and for them, should they also want to run the business. But it's basically just kind of getting them to have, help you out. Like, my main coach, Will, he always talks about, he's like, yeah, I shared this with my cousin, and my cousin was like, nah, man, I'm good. And he was like, really? Who helped you move into your house? Who broke their back trying to help carry that couch up the stairs? What about that time I had to drive your son to the airport, or I had to do I took your kid to school for you, or this, that, or the other? And then they're going to be like, man, you're right. Okay. All right. What should I get? Cool, man. Hey, thank you. It gets you in the routine of building something, and you never know, they might really love what you have to offer. If it's someone you haven't spoken to in a long time, obviously the conversation is going to go something like, hey, so-and-so, thank you for laughing at, or for commenting on that post. I know it was super funny too. Man, I haven't talked to you since high school. How have you been? Right? Then you're going to chit chat a little bit. Oh, cool. What is it that you're doing now? Oh, I've been working at this bank for 20 years and da, da, da. Wow, man, you're still doing that? That's cool. Right? And they're most of the time, what are they going to say back? What about you? What are you doing? Well, and this is where you shift it, right? And be truthful, be honest, right? So I can say for me, right? Well, I ran my own massage therapy, a massage and yoga business for a long time, but I'm actually retiring from that because my internet business is going so well for me now. And what are they going to ask? What is your internet business? What do you do? Oh, well, da, 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 da. Then you go into that and it gives you an opportunity to share there as well, right? If you've never spoken to them before, obviously the conversation will go something like, hey, so-and-so, I saw you laugh at that post. I thought it was super funny too. You can make that as personal as you want to. Yeah, I know. It's really funny when cats do that, right? Or whatever. Hey, I know we haven't talked much. We've never really talked on here before, but that's okay. I meet amazing people on social media all the time. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do, right? There you go. You're in that conversation. And what are they going to ask? Oh, I do X, Y, and Z, or I mow lawns for a living, or I blah, 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 whatever it is. And they're most of the time going to say, what about you? Well, there you go again, right? Like, well, I've been a massage therapist for a couple of years. I started my own business, but I'm actually retiring this year because my internet business has taken off so well. Boom. There you go, right? Like, so that's kind of how that works. That's the aspect of network marketing that people forget about. They usually are like, oh, well, I'll tell my mom and I'll tell my sister, and maybe I'll talk to my friend, and maybe I'll talk to my doctor, or maybe I'll make some posts and just see who's interested. There's this other side of it that's more active rather than passive. So that's one aspect of that, right? So that's part of the reason for the positive and uplifting memes and content, but it's also to show your personality, that you're not just there to like spam product or spam, alternate streams of income kind of stuff. But you can post that too. You can always post like, hey, do you keep your income streams open? Do you keep, there's always that too. So obviously you can post everyday awesome life stuff. That way people get to know you more personally, because again, people will do business with people they know, love, and trust. Your achievements, right? You don't want to make income claims, and you don't want to like go post pictures of you standing in front of some mansion that's not yours or something, but you can say, you can in general say things that, maybe you're achieving, hey, I was able to do this family vacation and I've never really been able to do that before. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that my internet business has taken off like this, or that my holistic, whatever, however that resonates for you, right? Obviously family, pets, comedy, etc. if that sounds right to you. What not to post. Okay, we talked about this a little bit. You're never going to hit that share button again, because what does it do? It messes with your algorithm. So we're not going to do that. Even if you have an old memory, what you're going to want to do if you have your memories show up on Facebook, instead of hitting the share button, go to the original post of that memory and comment on it and get it back in the feed, right? Or you can just copy and paste and save the picture and repost it if it's really something that you want to have fresh in your feed, right? But if you comment on it and reply to some people that maybe you didn't back then, it will get it back in your feed, which is cool. Obviously, we want to stay away from negative, hate, victim mentality, controversial stuff, or content that will shadow ban you. I'm not really good at those last two. I try to be, but sometimes I do post controversial stuff and things that might shadow ban me. If that happens to you, there are ways around that we can work on too. There's engagement posts. There's, hey, can you please show me some love and help me rebuild my algorithm posts and all of that, right? But content that will shadow ban you, that is fact checked, which was proved to be non-factual, which is fun, actually lowers your visibility in the feed and can impact your ability to comment, share, and engage on the platform at all at times. I was locked out of being able to comment in my own groups at one point because I accidentally shared something that was super controversial. So obviously you don't want to post content you do not have permission to share. That is a ugly can of worms you don't want to get into. Sharing non-original content without, either without permission or without changing the wording or the emojis. And you don't want to post links in posts in your actual link. In your actual post. So if you're making a post and it says, oh, I can't believe black seed oil helped my hair and nail growth so much. Or, oh, my husband was balding and he started to use black seed oil and it's amazing how much his hair growth has shifted. And obviously we want to stay away from making claims. That's another thing I need to add to our social media stuff, staying away from claims of curing, diagnosing, treating, so on and so forth. We don't heal, treat, cure. We don't do business with the FDA, so we can't make any of those claims. Everything is for informational and educational purposes only. We will touch on that on part 2 for sure. But links in your post, say black seed oil is so great. Link, right in the post. It'll throw off your algorithm. If you put a money sign or you say, I have $25 gift cards to give out, it'll lower your visibility in the post. It probably won't get seen. So stay away from dollar signs, stay away from pricing, just because it messes with the feed. And that's more of like a personal one-on-one in a message conversation anyway. But if you want to post a link, you can say link in comments and then throw your link in the comments, and that will be a lot better for your algorithm. So that's how that works. Same thing, if you're making a reel, which we'll touch on reels a little bit, you don't want to put your link typed in the reel, because then they can't click the link. It's just, what are they going to do? Pause it and type it in? No, put the link in the comments of the reel. For more information, check out my website, boom, in the comments. There you go. That works very, very well. Especially, that works really well too. Like I have my Vibrant Expansion group. You guys have the HBN Inte'grit'y group cleanse and educational transformation before and after group that we have. You can put that in there too. For more information on these products, check out this group if you don't want to have your own, right? If you don't want to have to deal with that, if you're don't have the wherewithal to do it and all that, right? That group, just so we know, the HBN testimonials, group cleanses, team integrity group, you don't ever want to post your links in that group because everyone else is in there and you don't want to take other people's people and you don't want other people to accidentally take your people by posting links. So in that group, when we post in there, we put, please get in touch with whoever added you to this group. So stay in touch with your people. When you add them to a group, when they join the group, reach out to them, make sure that you're staying in contact and communication with them. Okay, let's touch on working with the algorithm a bit, shall we? We've got 1 through 4 here. Yes, I just changed my voice because I'm just trying to keep it fun, right? So we have originality of posts. The meta, aka Facebook and Instagram, algorithms love original content and are more likely to prioritize it in the feed if it isn't a rinse and repeat copy. This presentation is kind of a rinse and repeat copy, but that is because what is repeated, you remember, and what you remember is repeated, right? So we're going to do that here. We're not going to rinse and repeat on Facebook. We're not going to click share. We're not going to copy and paste and not change anything and make it our own. Again, your face matters. Meta algorithms prioritize posts that include a photo of your face, right? As creepy as that is, remember this is called Facebook. It is the book of faces. So if you just are posting a picture of like product, it's probably not going to get seen. The question has arisen a couple times. Oh, some people say I should post pictures of the product and some people say I shouldn't. And there's a couple reasons for this and I'll touch on it real quick. This 101 is becoming like an all-in-one, but let's just do it, right? When you post just a picture of a product, one, it doesn't get seen as much because your face isn't in it. 2, it's not personalized because your face isn't in it and people are going to be like, oh, she's just slinging products, right? But because this is not an HBN thing, this is just a sage spray, room spray, right? We do have a shower spray, which is really cool for breathing and all of that, which is nice. But this is just a random sage spray. So if I post a picture of myself, like this is my favorite room spray ever, or whatever it is, that is okay. In certain situations, especially if you're already established with what you do, or if you just really love it, right? Like you're just willing to have that conversation. That's fine. And the reason why I don't have any of my HBN stuff next to me, because I literally just cleaned my room before making this. But the brand, if it has the brand name right on here, sometimes what happens when you post just a picture of this or a picture of you posing with it, people will go, heart and body. Okay, let me go to Google and type in heart and body niche. And then boom, they might really like the product, but you lost the sale and you're the one that really shared it with them. So that's part of why we don't typically try to do that. But a lot of the heart and body products don't have that. And as long as you say like, this is my favorite flaxseed oil or fulvic or weight loss product, or I love the Nova coffee, or I love the Vitality, or whatever it is, right? Our CBD, the essential oils for GoDesana, whatever it is. And then you can say, if you'd like to try this too, the link is in the comments, right? So then they at least have direction. But sometimes when people see you posing with a product, not all the time, but a lot of the time it works great. Sometimes people are like, oh, she's got a product, and it's okay, there's no mystery. But the other little trick is you can say, wow, this is my new favorite gut healing matcha tea. It's so good. Look, I don't have a image of the product with the label on it, but I do have a picture of myself using the product. So it creates a little more intrigue. It creates a little more dialogue. It's a conversation piece. There's a little more mystery to it. I hope that makes sense, right? Because you will hear people say different things. They will give you different advice. When you get on our social media trainings, or if you're in our empowerment boost, you might hear different things from different people. I'm giving it to you real right now, and the reasons why for everything. So some people like Will, go to his page. Is there anything HBN on Will's page? Nope, not at all. Why? Because he promotes the business. He doesn't promote the product. Will does not have HBN, 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 HBN spammed all over his page. He doesn't. He posts funny stuff, and he does the thing that we were talking about earlier. Oh, hey, so-and-so, thanks for commenting on that video. I know that reel was super funny, wasn't it? How have you been? What have you been up to? Like, what are you doing for work now? That's how Will does it, right? So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm more of a health coach. I cannot help but talk about the benefits of the products. Obviously, Will does too. He's very good at that in trainings. And if people are really asking him about the product once they get in, he does know how to have that conversation too. But his original conversation piece isn't typically that, unless he said, like, he does axe throwing, right? So when he goes to do the axe throwing, sometimes he has friends that are like, man, my shoulder is so much pain. And he'll say, well, hey man, like, have you ever tried the pain lotion? It has magnesium and different herbs and different aspects of things that really help with pain, right? Or we have the trauma oil roll, black seed oil, fulvic, any of the anti-inflammatory internal stuff that we have, the mind, body, soul, that stuff's really good for it. That he'll open up with that conversation that way, right? He's not going to be like, oh man, your shoulder hurts. Do you ever keep your income options open? Right? Make it relevant. So again, originality of posts, your face matters. Having a picture of your face is always going to be more helpful. Hashtags get your content more exposure, right? So think of it as a digital filing system or a digital filing tool, right? So let's say I've got this and I put hashtag matcha, hashtag health tips, hashtag gut health, hashtag fulvic acid, because there's fulvic acid in our gut check matcha, right? Now, anytime anybody searches for fulvic or matcha or wellness or gut healing or whatever, right? That image will show up. With Facebook, it is best to limit your Facebook hashtags to 3 to 5. Instagram, you can use up to 30. So Instagram, go AWOL, like just go all out. If you're sharing where your Facebook and Instagram are connected, sometimes you might want to do it, separate. If you're posting from Facebook to Instagram, you can always go into your Instagram and edit that post and add a bunch more hashtags if you want, but try to keep them somewhat relevant and somewhat categorized. try to pick a couple that you use on every post, right? Or like sometimes we do like HBN for life, right? Every single one of your posts is going to have HBN for life. Every single one of your posts is going to have health tips. Every single one of your posts is going to have wellness, whatever that is, right? The other thing you can do, like say, again, using Will as an example, he does not post product pictures. He posts funny reels of people in precarious situations that are like doing dumb stuff, right? And he thinks it's funny and he gets a kick out of it, and other people do too. So he puts more, he'll do hashtag reels, hashtag viral, hashtag trending, hashtag for you page, hashtag FYP, which means for you page, or hashtag funny, comedy, whatever. That's his trick for that. You can totally operate that way too. I do both. I literally do both. I like funny stuff. I like health stuff. You know, I like inspirational stuff. I put it all together. I make it a thing. It's a capiche, right? It's good. Last but not least, we have engagement, right? The pattern of comments and emojis actually influences your post's visibility. The more engagement, the more the post gets seen. So this is something that we talk about on Monday night social media, which is part of why I'm recording this, because it's the one thing we don't record. So there's a thing called double commenting. I can show you an example of that on part 2. But basically, anytime somebody comments on your video post, you want to use stories too, right? But anytime somebody comments on those, you're going to hit reply. Their name will populate in a hyperlink, right? Like I'm replying to Susie Q. You're going to delete Susie Q's name and just put 3 emojis that are relevant, you know, hieroglyphics, right? You're just going to react like, oh, if it was funny, put some laughing faces, or if it was, you know, whatever. Then later, you're going to go back and in the main thread, not hitting reply, but in the main comment section, you're going to do the @ symbol and then put Susie Q's name and then reply to it. That's called double commenting. So it'll be their name, the reply, and then in the main thread, you'll have an actual reply. The little reply up here is you delete their name, put the emojis. So it goes under like a thread. And then in the main bulk of the comments, you're going to tag their name and respond to them appropriately. So we'll talk about that more, and I'll show you some examples of that another time. Boosting your impact, ways to gain more followers and friends, add people. You have the ability to add up to 5,000 friends. Start with 2,500, work your way up to about 4,000, right? Post in your reels, post in your stories, make reels. We'll do a thing on that too, how to properly do all that, right? Make appealing content daily and make good use of groups and make use of other pages and posts. You know, I think I'm actually going to end this here and make this the part 1 because there's a lot more to this, and I think we covered a lot. So let me go over this last page. I'll make this part 1, and then we'll kind of go from there. That way this isn't too long and drawn out, and that way you guys can start, you know, wherever you're at and add from there on the next one. So we'll end with this one. So, you know, like I said, you know, 5,000 friends to make. You don't really want to max out at 5,000 because I might have said 500 as soon as they go, but I meant 5,000. You don't want to have that all the time because then you don't have anyone that can add you, right? So start with 2,500, kind of work your way up. You're going to want to add people from relevant pages, people that, you know, other moms groups, other chicken groups, other whatever it is that you're into, right? Like guys, you know, whatever, construction groups, car groups, I don't know, whatever you're into, right? Be intentional and integral with your friend making. We'll cover this real quick so that you guys have this, but look for people who are aligned with your values, people that you're going to, you know, connect with. Not that you have to only work with people that are holistic minded, because some people are actually looking for a way to switch out of the SAD or standard American diet, right? But that they're just aligned with your values so that you guys are on the same page with stuff, and, you know, it's everything's receptive and all of that. Meet your target market. So, you know, again, like people that are looking for a new shift in income, if they're like some high up rep in another company and like they're killing it and they're happy and you're not going to convince them otherwise, even if it's some junk product, like probably not worth adding them, right? So on and so forth. But as far as with what we do, right, you know, doctors are great, especially naturopathic doctors. Some regular doctors, if they're open-minded, right? Massage therapists, other entrepreneurs, yoga instructors should be on there probably, right? Like fitness people, gym owners, salt cave owners, so on and so forth, right? Like you get the juice bars, even teachers and hairstylists. Those are always people that are looking for secondary income, especially over the summer. Teachers are great because they're good at teaching, right? Hairstylists are great because they're good at what? Talking and networking. Sharp, influential go-getters, other small business owners, and people that aren't friends with all of your uplines or downlines. Because you don't want to be like, oh, so-and-so is on my team, I'm going to go add all their friends. No, that's their market. Let them work their market. Like, don't step on people's toes. Like, do your thing. So I'm going to end this one here just because I think that was a good little lengthy intro, and I'll record part 2 and I'll upload both of these so that you guys all have it. But I hope you all got something from this. Obviously get back in touch with me, or whoever sent you this video, and they can help you further on this journey and all of that. And I wish you the best of luck and so much love, and I'm always here for you, and know that I've got your back, and any answers that I don't know or don't have, I will get for you. And let's make something happen. Believe in yourself, love yourself, pray on it, make it work, know that you can. Believe fully. You can absolutely do this. If I can do it, you can. I know you can. And I know I can too. We got this. Like, I love you guys. All right. Talk to you soon. See y'all.